here at the Wunderman Thompson offices in London to hear all about one of their latest products, Otto. I'm going to be chatting to Guy to get all the details. Today, consumers shop everywhere, at home, at their desks, on the move, and they shop across channels, from marketplaces to social media to brand websites. Despite the huge lifestyle changes accelerated by the COVID pandemic, 2/3 of 25 to 44-year-old shoppers globally still say that they prefer to shop with a retailer with a physical store. Consumers are now returning to those stores with high expectations, but retailers are finding it hard to extend that carefully curated online experience to the shop floor. I'm thrilled to be chatting to Guy Bohnen, Executive Director of Otto, a new Wunderman Thompson solution that's seeking to change that by putting the power of customer data into the hands of retail's most important asset, the sales assistant. Welcome, Guy. Lovely to have you here with us.
Thanks, Gemma. Thanks for receiving me to discuss a very important topic in the retail world.
Amazing. So let's start by talking about the inspiration behind Otto. Where does the name come from and what problem is it trying to solve?
Well, Otto is an acronym from online to offline. But not only that, offline to online as well. We really believe that online and offline data needs to be connected. And the key for that is customer data, first party customer data, identified customer data. We believe that's the only real link that we can do with online and the offline world. And we believe that Otto helps brands to connect both worlds. And we add a little piece, which is the sales assistant or the sales rep. We believe that the sales rep can be the missing link with all this complication with trying to include the offline data inside the CRM of the brands and actually connecting and doing this new store, this new role of the store, this physical and digital store in the same place. The sales rep is the human being, the human connection behind of that, because we want to connect human to human. And Otto allows the brands to give power to the sales rep and allow the sales rep to connect with other humans inside of the store, but not only that, outside of the store using digital channels. Therefore, online to offline.
Brilliant. And I understand I'm going to see Otto in action today. You've got a demo for us. So perhaps let's take a walk through a typical interaction between a sales assistant and a customer.
Sure, Gemma. Let me just open my screen here and share you what a sales rep would see once he start his day, gets to the store, and the store is empty because, well, it's the beginning of the day. Sometimes it's Monday morning, it's raining, I don't know. Sometimes the sales rep has nothing to do. So what he can do is open the app and you can see here, he has like 42 new suggestions of people that are hot leads, people that already talked to him in the past, and today makes sense for him to engage a conversation again with them. So I go here and I can do and see all the campaigns that today is part of my job as a sales rep to do. So I have anti-churn campaign, birthday campaigns, cart abandonment campaigns, available cashback, for instance. And we have seen here that some of them has already been used, so the sales reps already worked. But let's get to a very interesting one, which is cart abandonment. So the brand can integrate the behavior of the website to the sales rep hands. So he can see here, there are 12 people that did a cart abandonment that are in my wallet, my sales rep wallet of clients. And I can click here in the first of all for them, and I can see what's the behavior, the profile of the customer, and what he browsed. This is of the products that he browsed. And I can see here that he's a okay client. I can see the segments, and I can also say, okay, let me talk to him. And I can use WhatsApp, I can use SMS, I can call him. And if I do, for instance, a WhatsApp call, I can click here, and the brand has prepared me 2 opening lines. It can be more than that, but he has 2 opening lines, and the sales rep can select which one he thinks it's better for that customer, because it's in the end of the day, it's their customer. So it's a match. Courtney, we thought we would be interested in the latest collections. Please visit as Amy Garden, which is a fantasy name. And we just click here, and the brand can send a WhatsApp message, for instance, for the customer. So you see, in very few clicks, I can, as a sales rep, can engage in a conversation with the right message, with the right motive with that customer. In that moment, the conversation is in progress. And then I can keep continuing talking to them, send products, send attachments, and therefore engaging with a meaningful conversation through a digital channel, even though the client is not inside of the store.
Amazing. Obviously, that takes personal shopping in store to a whole new level. But when a brand knows so much about a customer, how do you ensure that they're always complying with privacy regulations and putting the customer and their right to privacy first?
Before regulations, best practice already dictated how brands can use their data. Obviously, now we have a lot of different places, different rules, different laws, but that only applies for those brands that doesn't do their homework, respecting the client's preferences. And when you do that, you won't talk to a client that won't talk to you. That's so basic, but that's what the laws is all about. You don't share data with other companies. Data is your most valuable asset. In your customer data even more. So Otto uses the first party data of the brands that already have that data. So we only use the data that the brands already have, and therefore we only use that in a better way to connect sales reps with consumers.
So we've talked a little bit about the benefits to the consumer, but let's talk a moment about what Otto brings to the retail organisation and to those in the marketing and sales teams and how they're trying to deliver this seamless experience.
Okay. So when for the CRM managers or the marketing managers, they can see everything that happens, all the conversion funnel for all their sales reps. So you can see here how many suggestions Auto provides to your team, how many those conversations was started, they're succeeded, completed, and how many orders they did by connecting the Auto suggestions to the final customer. So as you can see, you can have a full analytics of brand by store or by sales rep to understand exactly the KPIs of your team, what they are doing inside of the store, like in the media that you buy on Google or Facebook. You can have now use your sales team to do that and analyze that KPI by KPI.
Thanks for showing us that, Guy. So this is a whole new way of working and engaging customers for shop floor sales teams. What are the benefits for them? What kind of training, onboarding, change management is required to really start to see these benefits?
Well, the first part is culture. The culture of CRM means put the client first and put first party data first and identify the consumer everywhere possible and give them benefits in order to do that. It needs to be a fair trade, right? But when you understand what the customer is doing and you activate that data, not only online but offline, you need to make the offline people, the employees, understand the benefits of that and how we can do that. So there's a lot of employee experience that is involved in this process. And what Auto allows is that to start this process is giving the sales rep data they have ever seen. They never seen data about the consumer. They never saw what the consumer does online, and now is in front of them in the store in order to do that. So we need to train the employees. But more than that, the sales rep is motivated by sell more. If you help them sell more, they will give you more.
So I guess the final question here is then how do retailers start working with Otto? What kind of underlying technologies might they need? How easy is it to get set up? It'd be great if you could take us through some of those practical steps.
Sure. We have clients from all sizes, enterprise to small clients using Auto. We need data. We need a little bit of data from the customer so we can understand what he does, he did in the brand, so what he purchased, some data that we can contact him. And once we have that, we need to integrate that data inside of Auto. Once with the data inside of Auto, we just need to set up the what campaigns we want, what life cycle moments we want to include in the process, and then train the sales rep, train the managers of the stores so they can understand the meaning of what we are doing with Auto and what the brands want to achieve that.
Thank you so much, Guy, for coming and telling us all about Otto today.
Thank you, Gemma. Thank you for receiving me.